There you go, and thanks for clicking on the video. So the channel we're looking at today is Bushcraft Tools. Now I didn't think I'd seen this guy at all. However, looking through his videos, I realised I had seen him before because he did some videos with Mike Paulin of TA Outdoors, doing Viking huts and all those sorts of things. So it'll be interesting to see what he does on his own, on his own channel. And the video we're looking at is called Building a Primitive Survival Shelter Over a Stream in a Secret Location Using Natural Materials. Hitting all the keywords there. Alright, let's just jump straight into this video and see what he's up to. Alright. A few clips. What I didn't like was it would have been better if he had just cut straight through them instead of fading to black on each scene, but here's a long shot on a bit of moss. I'm wondering if he could have cut this in later on. I mean, I know he's setting up the location and you're aware there's a stream there, he's walking through it, he's got his dog with him, lots of moss around on the ground. Just a lot of B-roll. See, I would have started out with this scene, just walking across the screen, calling his dog. Get up there. When he got across the stream, he could have shown a couple of bits and pieces of B-roll, but yeah, I don't know. It's just a personal thing, I guess. Just seems to be a lot of B-roll. Maybe that's what some people like. They like this slow video that you sit back and relax, but to me, especially when I'm trying to do a commentary video, I just find it too slow. We're over 2 minutes into this thing and all we've done for 2 minutes is just walk around and yeah. It's just been B-roll after B-roll after B-roll, just bits of moss and him walking through the bush. So even if he'd done a little bit of just voiceover, just setting it up and describing the state of mind when you immerse yourself in nature and you're hiking through the forest or whatever. But yeah, I just found it was way too much. It's all a personal thing, alright? This is just my personal thoughts. And I never quite understand building a shelter over water. I mean, it looks good videos, and it's probably be relaxing hearing the water running, but to me, I don't, yeah, unless you're actually going to utilise the water for something, like you're going to have your shelter up high and you can drop a rope down and collect water and bring it up to your shelter, or you can fish out of your shelter or something. Who knows what happens when you get a heap of rain? Do you get a flash flood come through there or what? You know, it's, yeah. Not too sure. I'm just finding the pacing on this video is just too slow for my liking. Now, how far into this video are we? We're 6 minutes into this video, and yeah, he's dropped a few pieces of wood on the shelter location. Now he's obviously collecting roots for the cordage. But yeah, 6 minutes to get to this point. It's like really, really slow. You know, the camera work is really good, and the editing's pretty good. Like the transitions, the cuts, I'm not aware of, like that cut from there to there. I'm not really aware of it. It's just happening, and so yeah, he's done a good job with the filming and editing, but it's just, the pacing is just, yeah, it's too slow for me. When I'm thinking shelter builds, I'm thinking a video length of 15 to 30 minutes long, sort of maximum, unless you're Joe Robnett, and then you're going to have like an hour and a half, 2 hour video, but you know, Joe gets away with it. I'm still thinking about you, Joe. Get back there, mate. Get into it. This whole framework, we didn't see him putting any of that up. Slowly taking shape. He hasn't got much of a floor structure in there yet. what I do like is the pitch of the roof that he's got there. Like, it's a really steep roof, and that's going to shed water well. I see a lot of like primitive builds and builds where they're not using a tarp, and they'll have either a flat roof or they'll have the pitch of it so low the water's just going to go through it like nothing. But by him putting a real steep pitch roof on it, he's given himself the best chance that water's going to run down through the bowels and stuff that he's putting on here and off the shelter. So yeah, I do like the fact that he's done that. Yeah, so if I had edited this video, it would have been half the length, because I think in the first 6 minutes of the video you could have cut that down to about 30 seconds to a minute, just because of the amount of B-roll that he was putting in there. Yeah, like we've established the whole covering the shelter. It just, yeah. For me, it just drags on too much. Like, the content's good, but it's just too long on each sort of thing that he's doing. Again, we're seeing so many shots of this. Yeah, I think you should have shown maybe 2 of picking it up, and then the rest could have been just like this, just throwing it on. Alright, I've seen enough. Just when I thought he'd finished throwing leaves on there, just more. Alright. Yeah, this, like I say, it just goes on too long on these different things he's doing. I mean, if I wasn't doing this commentary thing, I wasn't just sitting through it all, I would most definitely be skipping through this video like crazy. Because yeah, I've got other videos to watch, I've got other things to do in life. If you didn't, it'd be a good relaxing video just to sit back and looks like a really depressing shelter. I mean, every time you get in your shelter, you've got to walk through water to get into it. So you get in there, you take your waders off, your boots off, everything, just to relax.
Welcome back to another video. I've built a lot of shelters in the past, ranging from moss shelters, shelters covered in leaves, bark shelters, and also thatched shelters. So this shelter is slightly different. I've decided to build a shelter over this stream. I gathered more logs, and I just made that path a little bit wider, almost like a bridge. So for the frame, well, to begin with, I collected a few Y sticks. They went together.
What I would have liked, instead of this piece at the end that he's doing now, he could have done this and then in the editing said, right, I'm not going to use that footage, but I'll use the audio, and he could have dubbed this in, used the voiceover of this during the build to explain what he was doing while he was actually doing it, rather than we watch the whole thing trying to figure out what he's doing while he's doing it, and then we get told at the end if we hang around to the end.
And I've got to admit, I don't know how practical it is to have a shelter over a stream.
Yep.
But I thought I'd try something different.
My thoughts exactly.
So if you do want to see me come back here, what I'll do is I'll collect a load of these to make a nice bit of soft bedding for myself and my dog Amber. Right folks, that's about it for this video. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.
I really wanted to like that video, but I just couldn't. Like, it was filmed really well, like all the shots were really good. The editing was good in the transitions and cuts and stuff were good, so I really liked that. But I found it really boring. There was way too much B-roll in it. Yeah, just shots of moss, and yeah, it should have been cut right down. I think it was like a 23-minute video, and it should have been, with the footage that he had there, could have made that a 10-minute video easy. Maybe a 7-minute video, 6-minute video, but definitely not a 23-minute video. All that talking he had at the end of the video, that was good because he explained everything he did and why and all that. But it was bad in that it was at the end. Like, I would have liked it during the video while you're watching him build it, so it would be more engaging to watch it instead of it. Just, I found it way too boring. Yeah, even if he had just shot that bit at the end there that he did and explained everything, what he did and all that, but then he could have just taken that audio track out of that, like split it, dumped the video and just kept the audio track, and he could have put that in throughout the video while he's doing different things and explaining, oh, I'm collecting this, you know, whatever it might be, I'm laying the branches down, I'm laying the leaves down that will shed water, and you know, I don't think he spoke about the pitch of the roof, but I mentioned the pitch of the roof that aids the water running off when you're doing a primitive thing, because like I said, so many videos I see where they do primitive builds, I've seen them with a flat roof and then they'll just put some leaves and branches on it. That's not going to do anything. And the water's just going to go straight through that. But with the pitch of the roof that he had and the nice steep pitch, that's really going to help the water run down off it rather than penetrating through. So I don't think he mentioned that, but yeah, he could have cut out a lot of the B-roll, especially at the beginning when we just saw so much moss and there was so many just little shots of streams and trees, and some of that's fine to have it in there. You're setting up the location and setting up what's around you and all that, but I felt it was just a bit too heavy, like too much of it on there. What I said about the stream, and I don't know how practical it is to build a shelter over a stream, he was aware of that as well. I like to do a video myself building a shelter over water, not like that, but actually over a river, where I could then fish from the shelter, catch a fish, pull it up and actually clean it and cook it over the water. I think that'd be cool. So yeah, I'm still looking for a location for that. I think I might have one, but yeah, that's a different story, different channel. That's my other channel, Rob's Bushcraft and Adventures. If you want to go check that out, you can see what I'm doing on there. But yeah, till next time, thanks for watching. See you around. Catch ya.